Hello everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully you all are doing well today. So I do apologize first and foremost for the way that I sound. I'm kind of getting over some congestion stuff, but wasn't sick. Haven't been sick. Luckily I didn't catch the stuff that was going around because I heard it really sucked. So hopefully you guys are also taking care of yourselves, and hopefully if you do get sick, you are taking care of yourself. But today is Monday, so we're going to take a look and see what wants to come through. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. This week you should have a full round of videos. Last week I had, things happen, but we got two videos out. So this week my intention is to sit down and get through all of them as they should be. So you'll have that to look forward to. But let's see where we're going this morning. Let's see what wants to come through. I do not have my dowsing rods. I did not bring them with me. So underneath we have exchanging gifts. Okay. Grounding you is go the distance. Guiding you is community. I can see that. Okay. Kind of getting a feel of what's going on. Past energies is message in a bottle. Future energies is time for a nap. I feel like the work that you are doing right now is really important, and not only is it going to benefit you, it's also going to benefit the people around you. I almost feel like that is kind of what's driving you here. Community. The people around you, could be friends, family, just trying to make things better for them. But it started with a message. Maybe something someone said, or a message from your intuition. Something came through. And it went from being about you. I'm really getting that feeling of it went from being, you doing the work for yourself to you doing the work for yourself and for other people. You're trying to elevate other people with this. And you are determined. You are determined to get to that finish line. There is something here about burnout. Please be careful not to burn yourselves out. Time for a nap. Make sure, like I said, you're taking care of yourself. I want you to take care of yourself. Because I feel like the work that you are doing is really, really important. Give me these. I'm hearing you're doing the Lord's work. The only reason why I laugh is because if you're on this channel, you are called to do the universe's work. Each and every single one of you that are on this channel that watches these videos are light bearers. I am kind of a lighthouse, kind of like a torch. I give you guys, information and energy that helps guide you through this journey, and you guys take a bit of that light, a bit of that flame, a bit of that torch, and you walk along your path with it. And when that light expands to your path, other people can also flock to you and get that light, and then they walk with it for a little bit. It's kind of like a ripple effect. So, in a way, you are helping me do the Lord's work. You are helping me do the universe's work. And it's kind of a very peculiar thing when, somebody sits down and watches these videos. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that, reminds me of this situation or this person, or that's exactly what's going on in my life. And then you go and make the necessary changes. And then people see those changes. And then it just kind of ripples beyond that. So that's the only reason why I giggle, is because, the universe's work is for us, but it's not solely for us. So that's kind of why I'm giggling over here. We've got the Queen of Pentacles underneath. Put that in shot. We've got, the Eight of Pentacles. There's that work. The Ten of Cups. The Lovers. One more, we got the Four of Cups. See, there's that message coming in. You may be doing this for your family, for somebody you love, lovers. But this work is important. This work is a physical work, is a physical, tangible thing that you are working on. For some of you, it could be a job that is bringing in money value. For others of you, it is, building up your self-esteem. It could also be both. I'm getting a friend of mine that I used to work with. She runs her own business. She's doing a phenomenal job. She has hit a few snags in the road, of course, with every small business. It does, have its ups and downs. But, she has persevered through all of that. And while she's been doing this, she has been creating her own little community. And what she does affects these people. And then these people tell the other people, and more people come to her. It's kind of, again, what I just mentioned about the lighthouse thing, the torch thing. I affect you guys affect other people, whether consciously or subconsciously. And then it all just kind of comes full circle. But I feel like if you are watching this reading today and this is resonating for you, you are doing really good work. You're also doing the really difficult work. Tower, okay. Nine of Pentacles, okay. The obstacle, the Six of Swords. Okay, we'll definitely take a look at this. Grounding you is the Three of Cups. Guiding you is the Ace of Pentacles. See, there's that pentacle again. Past energy is the Fool. Future energy here, we've got the Eight of Cups. Motion, we've got the Page of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Magician. So, going back to the ups and downs, let me just be clear. This journey that you were on, this path that you were on, definitely is going to have its snafus. When I sat down to start my tarot reading, I talk about this a lot on this channel, it took me a while to get comfortable to sit in front of a camera and to talk about these cards. And, I ran into a lot of ups and downs with me personally, and then, with the schedule and how was I going to do this. And there was a lot of bumps in the road. And I feel like you were headed towards, a big one. You were headed towards a big one here with the Tower, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Some of you may take a money hit before you move away from this. Move on to better things. It's kind of like a small business where, you've been there for, a few years. And then something happens and you can no longer be in that place that you've been doing your business for 2, 3, 4 years. And so you start to stress, right? Because you have to relocate, and you have to get the word out that you're relocating, and it's a whole tandem of messes, right? Like, you have a list that you have to get through, and it's just, it's what needs to be done at that point, right? That's what this energy is. This energy is, the foundation, or the structure, let me rephrase that. The structure that you have created is not going to last in the way that you think it will. And you're going to have to move beyond that, because that's the obstacle here, is the Six of Swords. Being able to move with that energy. Because you do have really good ideas here. Ace of Pentacles. You've got really good ideas here. And here's where that community energy comes back in, the Three of Cups. You have the right track mind for this. But we just passed through, what was it, the full moon in Cancer? And I believe we're moving towards the full moon in Leo. So we just, we're moving into a new chapter of things. And this new chapter is going to come with uncertainty. Page of Swords, Two of Swords is going to come with some uncertainty. And some of you are going to want to hold on to things. Hold on to what you have created. That's normal. That's absolutely normal. But if you hold on too tightly, you may be going against the flow of things. Give me the Tower. The Moon. The Three of Wands. The Ten of Wands. There's that movement forward again. And the Star. I feel like the universe is destroying this structure. This structure, whether it be, you know, your schedule, whether it be the building you're in, literally. I mean, the house is on fire here. Lightning has struck the house. Whatever that may be for you, I feel as though that if you resist, it's going to cause you more stress than if you just went with the flow. Moon, Three of Wands. I feel like subconsciously, your intuition may be talking to you, be like, hey, you know, this is kind of the right idea. The universe works in funny ways. You know, maybe you're dodging a bullet with this. And you're restructuring things, and come to find out, you know, weeks later, they're like, hey, aren't you glad you left? Like, that building, you know, the basement flooded, or, you know, they ended up tearing that building down, or whatever have you. If we're talking about schedules here, you know, it aligns weeks later. You come to find out that this new schedule that you've created best suits what you're moving forward into than if you would have kept the old rigid schedule. But whatever the case may be, you're moving towards that wish fulfillment and that healing area of all of this nonsense, of all of these roadblocks, of the things that are, you know, just in your way. I'm not going to say they're trying to stop you. I feel like you're being kind of tested here. Tested to see how far you will go with this. And I love how the outcome is the Magician. The outcome is transformation. It's not death. It's not death and transformation. It's just transformation. It is transmutation. You know, he's holding the wand. He's got all of the aces here with him. So I feel as though you're headed towards a wonderful beginning where you are in power, you are in control. And it's not power like the King of Swords or the King of Pentacles. It's, you know, an understanding of the aces. It's an understanding that you can do all of these things. It's not about control. I'm hearing that it's not about control. It's about understanding that no matter what is thrown at you, you can adapt and overcome. That's what this is. You know, it does feel like that on the other side of this, your self-esteem is going to be so much better. I mean, I feel as though that on the other side of this destruction, this collapse of things, is going to be a better opportunity for you, a better structure for you. I keep hearing the word structure too. But I go back to the don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out here. What are you trying to hold on to here? What you got? Nine of Swords. Okay. The Raising Consciousness. The Three of Swords. Woof. And the Six of Pentacles. Some of you are stressed. Understandably. Understandably, some of you are stressed. Some of you are also heartbroken. It's very funny that this shows up this way, and I'm not laughing at you at all. Not at all. No, no, no. I would never do that. I'm laughing about how these cards show up. Because it goes stress, higher vibration, stress, balance. And I feel as though that while this is happening here, while you're trying to hold on to, you know, what you've worked on for yourself and for the community, that you go through these swings. You go through these swings of, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And be like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I got this. Like, it'll all work out. And then you become heartbroken and you're like, but this sucks. Like, this is some bullshit. And then it swings back to that, you know, it'll all balance itself back out. I do that too. Don't. That's also the other reason why I'm laughing, is because I do it too. I go through this sucks. This is what the universe wants. But this still sucks. But it'll be okay. I do it too. Please, I literally, those 4 cards literally sum up my mind. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Alright, what is this transformation with the magician? I want that one. Is this the Knight of Swords? It is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Clarity coming in. Page of Pentacles. The Sun. The Sun. Beautiful. Love that. Page of Wands. Do we have all the pages? Am I just seeing all the pages in my mind? Because pages are like smaller aces. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. The only one we're missing is the Page of Cups. And you know, before we get to that, the Page of Cups that's missing, I feel as though it's trying to tell you not to get like this. It's trying to tell you not to get like this. Focus. Have that clarity. Have that clear thought and understanding. Have that clear passion. It's okay to start over. All of those people that you have touched along the way aren't just going to be like, oh, well, you're moving buildings, or, you know, this is changing, I'm not going to come around, because that's not really how that works. If you've truly touched these people, they're going to come back. And so I feel as though that, you know, with this change, clarity will come in. Cosmos behind me, making a mess, of course. But this clarity will come in. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. I feel as though that there's an idea that's going to come to you on how to proceed forward, on how to apply your skills best to regain that joy, to regain that passion for what it is that you're doing. Some of you may take a small break. That's fine. Been there, done that, won the t-shirt. I think I took almost a year break. And now here I am. It's okay. Do what you feel is best, but don't give up. Don't give up. That's not what that's not what the universe is telling you to do here. Okay? Promise me you won't give up. You won't let go of what it is that you were doing. Okay? Can you promise? All right. Zodiac signs that I see. We don't have any royal sets here. It's the first thing I noticed. We've got Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini, Aries, Sag, Gemini, Virgo. And there's more Gemini. You could be dealing with those signs. This could be either your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I feel like it would either be your sun or your rising at this point. So one more time, just to be sure. We've got Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini. Gemini, you're really loud. Gemini, 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 Virgo, Sag, Aries, and with the Queen of Pentacles, I will take an earth sign. So, this is what I have for you for your Monday. I really, really, really hope this helped. As always, thank you very much for joining me, guys. And I will see you all again later. Bye, guys.